Micro RGB LED TVs may be all the rage right now, but it's OLED which still represents the best picture quality you can buy. The Samsung S95H and LG's G6 OLEDs are the two most prestigious TVs of 2026, and both offer a bunch of upgrades over the previous models. But the question is, should you buy either one of them? On paper, these are two very similar TVs. They're both bright OLEDs with 4K HDR, Smart TV, and AI everything. But they do look different. The LG with its sleek silver trim is very elegant, while the Samsung makes quite a statement with its large angled bezel, and which gives us a clue about its hidden superpower. Looks aside, one of the most obvious changes to the new LG G6 in particular is the upgraded anti-reflective coating. This makes the TV very competitive with the Samsung S95 in its ability to reject ambient light, and it also makes it much easier to watch in the daytime. The Samsung is still better at reducing any direct light sources to a dull glow, but I do prefer the LG's coating because it keeps the contrast levels when you have the lights on. Underneath the fancy coatings, there are a few extra glow-ups to these TVs as well. As you probably know, OLED has excellent black levels, but it can struggle against LED TVs in terms of brightness. Both of these companies claim to have increased the brightness of their flagship TVs this year. For instance, the LG G6 features not one, but two OLED panels sandwiched together in an arrangement LG calls Tandem. In conjunction with a new color filter and better processing, this means that the TV is theoretically 20% brighter and has better colors as well. Yet I found it was harder to see the brightness improvements in testing, gaming being the only exception. But the picture did look better when I viewed the G6 against the old model head-to-head. The G6 was able to show low light detail in a way the G5 couldn't, but it almost looked like it revealed too much, losing black levels. However, colors popped, and when combined with the high brightness, this was an especially fun TV to game on. The Samsung S95H, on the other hand, has been more secretive about which OLED technology it uses, even if it still uses quantum dots or not. But it does seem the company has taken the spinal tap method and turned everything up to 11. The TV even has vents all around to prevent the OLED from overheating during really bright scenes. Samsung looked more natural overall and quite similar to the older LG G5. However, it seems that the boosted brightness may have had an effect on the color readings I took, as they were technically inaccurate, though I didn't see this effect in program material. At the start, I mentioned a superpower this Samsung has, which sets it apart from every other OLED I've ever seen. This TV can basically act like a Samsung frame. Navigate to the art section and pick the artwork you want, and it will display it for hours without burning in. I tested it and it appears pretty steady. The process is not automatic like the frame, which activates when you turn off the TV. But it is a step in the right direction. So which of these two very good TVs should you choose? Despite its unusual shadow issue, I do prefer the LG G6. On paper at least, its colors are more accurate, and I like the anti-reflective coating's ability to preserve black levels. The Samsung is also a fine TV, and that art mode is a hell of a party trick. At $3,400 for both models though, these are not cheap TVs. But do know that either one of them is a cutting-edge screen and probably will be for some time. Yet if you want to save some money and still get a great picture, then the older Samsung S95 and LG G5 are still very accomplished televisions and will each cost you about $1,000 less. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.